So here I am once again to speak with you about my gaming journey and overall the state of things during these precious little times. Well, these days have been somewhat generous to me. Even though I have wrestled with some demons, I have found some very important kind of knowledge for myself. My wisdom has never been more wiser. My knowledge has never been more knowledgeable. My strength has never been as strong, and etc. etc. But anyway, the mood has been good. But since, as you might know, this is my vlog about my gaming journey, and I haven't accomplished much nowadays. So I have decided to talk about what have I done now, and maybe state a little bit of my thoughts about the games that I have completed earlier. So, first off, the Overwatch. The Overwatch 1 was released, re-released most likely, over a month ago. Some time has passed, and I can safely assure you that the game is very good. Uh, Game never knew this much, this diversity of characters, of their abilities and game mechanics. The game is relatively okay in terms of balance. I mean, nothing is perfect, but whenever something is perfect, I can't recall that, And yeah, I have been playing with my friends, I have been playing with strangers. Even solo queue wasn't as bad as it used to be for me. You know, for me, the best part of playing these kinds of games is when you stumble upon someone random, completely random, and you have so much fun during the game that you add them to your friends list and you play with them even later. And that happened to me. Yeah, it haven't happened to me in quite a while in most of these games. But I'm very happy that it happened right now. So yeah, Overwatch has been generous to me in that regard. Have even gone into trouble of getting some achievements for me. Trying to do something that I'm not usually doing, and so far it's been very good. So I don't think I have much more to say about Overwatch, but I am very glad that things have turned out this way, and I'm patiently waiting for the next patch while enjoying what I have. But even so, trying to find a direction for my gaming journey, for my challenge. I have been looking around for a single player experience that would satisfy me, and I have stumbled upon something that I kind of I was very curious about, and that was Mass Effect 1. The problem is, way back when, way back in 2012, 2013, back in the day when these games were somewhat fresh, I have tried Mass Effect 1 several times. I haven't enjoyed it. I barely enjoyed it. It wasn't the game for me. There were a lot of stinkers for me. And later, I have been chilling at my friend's house, and he was completing the game as I watched it, and I have seen the ending that he was, pursuing his choices that would affect. And if you know Mass Effect, that this is the space opera. It is the best kind of narrative game of its time because it is more like a movie that stays very true to the choices that you make. And making choices is the best kind of thing in these games. Therefore, since I wanted to try out these games and I haven't had much luck with the first Mass Effect, I just asked my friend to give me a save file, and I have imported it to Mass Effect 2, and I have completed it this way. And then Mass Effect 3 as well. So, I have completed 2 and 3, but I have never completed Mass Effect 1. And I always, I don't always think about these things, of course, but when my mind drifted to the topic of Mass Effect series, I always thought kind of guilty of not experiencing Mass Effect 1 because most of my friends are very big fans of Mass Effect 1. And there are some good things that the game certainly does. It is a great exposition to the universe that we will be exploring in the next games. It creates a very beautiful and interesting setting with interesting conflicts. And there is a lot to discover in these games. Therefore, I cannot help but to love them. And recently, and by recently I mean 2 to 3 years ago, I have bought Legendary Edition. I have seen it uh, being relatively cheap, and this Legendary Edition is basically HD remaster of these three games. And I have bought it, and then I have played it. Uh, and the joke is, well, if you have played Mass Effect, that you know that the consequences for your actions are plentiful. You know. Excuse me. Yeah. So, the consequences for your choices are plentiful. Therefore, completing even the minor quests in earlier games can result in a little bit of a consequences in later games. It's like saving a kid from a fire, and then you meet him in a third game, and his parents approach you and say that he has safely graduated from college, and he had become a firefighter too because you have inspired him so much. You know, well, not exactly to that extent, of course, but you get the idea. And therefore, I have started from the side content and I have decided to thoroughly complete the game. The problem is, I was 20 hours in. I was completing all of the DLC content, and it's basically one or two kinds of rooms copy pasted endlessly. And these Mako missions, oh my god. I will talk about that later in the Mass Effect video about my grudges towards the game and why do I think that I have an opinion which I have. But oh my god, it was annoying, and it was just a chore, a boring grind most of the time. Even the pretense for you to exploring these kinds of areas isn't very interesting, and there is no payoff in the Mass Effect 1 as it is. So I kind of, handshaking myself from the past. of not really enjoying the game. But the joke is, I have put these 19 hours and then I dropped the game. Something else happened. I don't remember what, but I kind of fallen out, and then I have forgot, and then a year passes, and I have decided to clean up the space on my hard drive. And that's pretty much how my Mass Effect completion went to hell up until right now, because recently I have re-downloaded the game, and my save file was still in a cloud, so I have attempted it again. And you know what? The most idiotic thing in this game is that all of the side content is exactly as I have told you so. You know, it is still boring, it is still completely uninspired, it is repetitive, it is not good, basically. But the main content, the main missions, the main locations that you visit, the characters that you interact with, they were done very properly. They are interesting, the conflicts are interesting, the situations are certainly bizarre and dramatic. I just love it. I think this is the kind of gameplay that my friends were fanboying about, the main campaign. But still, I'm still um, devoted to completing side content first and the main content later. Therefore, once I am out of stuff to do, then I'm going to the main missions. And then they give a bunch of new side content, and my pain emerges for a couple or, 2 to 3 hours. But it is not as bad. It is manageable. So, yeah, this is my situation with Mass Effect. I think when I will complete Mass Effect, and I'm not sure that it will be quick. When I will complete it, I will not jump into Mass Effect 2 directly. Most likely, I'm going into the Yakuza 8 Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, because I have, had a little bit of time to relax, and I think I'm ready to attempt a new game in the Yakuza series again. But I'll talk about that later in that video, because there is yet another game that I'm playing right now, and that is the oldest guilty pleasure that I have ever experienced. And that is, of course, World of Warcraft, and specifically Burning Crusade Classic. Well, it is a guilty pleasure, and I feel somewhat guilty of purchasing the subscription, because I am not sure that I will play to the time that I have bought. But for now, I am enjoying what I have, and the thing is, about a year ago, maybe a little bit, further away, I have tried the same thing with these anniversary servers, and I have played the classic one. So, right now, I'm not starting from the beginning. I have started from level 30. Right now, I'm level 39, of course, and the grind is still going. And I really appreciate the leveling in Classic WoW. I think the locations are gorgeous. They are inspiring. Overall, art direction in the game is beautiful, beautiful. Even though I am somewhat a hater of World of Warcraft, because I'm a Warcraft 3 boy, but there certainly are things that I cannot not love them. And right now, this is where my gaming journey takes me because I have never, and I tried a lot. I have played a lot of Warcraft, different kinds of World of Warcraft over the years, and Burning Crusade is the expansion that I have barely attempted. No, I have never attempted it at all. I have only leveled in an Outland and grinded uh, its raid instances for transmog or something. So right now I am willing to go, you know, as light paced as possible, and try to relax on my journey. And when I will reach the top of the level 70, then I will think if I'm willing to do this and that. But if I will manage to raid Karazhan, I will I will be a very happy man. You know, I am not a man of a big ambition in World of Warcraft. I have done some things, conquered some things, and World of Warcraft is not a particularly hard game if you're not playing hardcore, of course. But in terms of classic, experience, it is all right. It is an okay game. So that is the way that I'm going in. Just enjoying the ride and having a time of my life. And that also covers the rest of my life, not only the gaming part of it, but everything else, people around me have been kind. I miss some of my old friends, and we haven't been able to meet with each other properly lately. But I know they're still doing okay, so I'm glad about that. But I met some of the people from the past that I haven't met in a while, and yeah, that was also kind of fun. So that is it about current state of game journey. For my lasting experience, let me pull up the list of games that I have completed in a recent while. Oh, what the fuck is happening? Yes, here it is. So, I have completed plenty of games in the last half a year. You know, it's been a very fun journey. Um, so I will cover my lasting opinions about all of them. Uh, Final Fantasy X, the first one that I have completed in that list, and I think this game is a mess, but it is a very beautiful mess. There are some things, especially artistic choices, that developers really have accomplished really well. Um, I still think about the music from the game and some episodes, some, you know, stylistic choices. In terms of lore, I think they had plenty of cool concepts, but these concepts weren't resolved properly. So, if luck would have it, I would reuse these in a D&D campaign or something. Because there's a lot to tackle. But still, Final Fantasy X, I think it has a very good lasting impression. Songs of Conquest. This is the game that I intend to tackle once more this year because recently a new DLC happened with single player content and a new hero for the faction that I play, and a new faction will be coming soon. And yeah, I really love the game. and I want to play it again. Uh, play it more and play it with friends. One of the pals that I have been playing with asking me if I want to play it, so I'm glad that I'm not the only one who has that kind of a mood. Space Marine 1, Warhammer 40K game. Well, even though I have kind of dropped out from the Space Marine 2, which I'm kind of ashamed, but not really, because I know that I have to tackle it right from the very start, and even if I will play it, I want to play it in some kind of, more casual difficulty. Last time I played it on hard, and Space Marine 1 I have completed on hard. But I think this is the kind of game that you just enjoy, like a Grim Reaper with a scythe, just shanking and killing, everything in your path. The filthy Xenos will stand no chance. And if I will enjoy it this way, then I will progress to the harder difficulty next time. But what I have seen, I have really enjoyed in Space Marine 2. Space Marine 1, I kind of forgot about the game, to be honest, because I think this is a very boring and kind of, meh kind of game of its time. It's very generic, and the best thing around it are the orcs that are yelling from every corner something like Space Marine. And that puts a smile on my face, but everything else is like, all right, it is all right. If you have completely nothing to play, this is the game for you. But that's pretty much it about Space Marine 1. Very, very mid game. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. I really enjoyed that game. I think this is a very charming game. It wasn't polished at all. I think some of the side content was glorious, some of the side content was repetitive or forgettable, and some of the side content tried to be fan service ish, kind of fan servicey. Um, and I didn't enjoy it in that regard, to be honest. But I really enjoyed the protagonist and some of the cast. It was a very fun game, and the ending was, even though it was imperfect, it was a tear-jerking experience, kind of. I don't think I will come back to Yakuza 7 because I have played so many Yakuza series games, so there are other games that I enjoy much more. Maybe I'm not sure. But Yakuza 8 is what is coming next, and I'm very happy to come back to Ichiban's adventure. Uh, I hope that this game will be good because, you know, after Yakuza 8 was released, it was like deafening silence. It feels like people who enjoy the series and wanted to play it, they have dived deep into the game, and the game is long from what I've heard. They have dived deep, and they like never return. It was like nothing. There was no answers to the question of is it good. You know what I mean? It is weird, but I wanted to experience it for myself, and Yakuza 7 was a cool new direction. There were a lot of interesting ideas, which I think were sometimes mishandled, but the spirit behind them was good. Also, another game that I have completed is StarCraft 1, and I don't think much about StarCraft 1, but the spirit of the early Blizzard games was certainly there, and I'm not sure that I will complete its expansion, Brood Wars, I believe it is called. I'm not sure that I'm going to complete that, to be honest. I have just watched a series of cutscenes from it, and the story is great. But the game was so annoying that I don't think I'm coming to it soon. I will most likely next time that I will be playing StarCraft will be StarCraft 2. There is a lot of enjoyable content. I have played it before and I have enjoyed it, but I have never completed it, nor any one of its three campaigns. And there is three whole, gigantic campaigns. Holy shit! Uh, so yeah, this is something that I look up to in the certainly not immediate future, but in the future nonetheless. Next one on the list is Metaphor or Fantasio. And I remember how annoyed I was after, completing that game. That game surely was an annoying experience for me. But now, as the dust has settled, I tend to remember the good things. I remember the Heisme, he was a good character. I remember some of the designs, they were cool. The music, even though it's gotten a little bit repetitive over the game, but overall it has its own distinct style that is good. Yufa character is also kind of cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the problem with the game, as I have played it, and right now, as the dust has settled, as I mentioned before, is that Metaphor Fantasio uses a lot of its game design decisions from the Persona series. Like confidant system or follower system. That whole calendar shtick and everything around that. And even though I think these kinds of systems are underused in many games, I think many games could benefit from that kind of a direction. I mean, have you heard about Shenmue? First Shenmue game was using this calendar stick very effectively. It was a very cool decision, even though it wasn't polished, of course. Wasn't polished. But Metaphor, there are some cool things. This is not the game that I would recommend to you if you have not played and enjoyed previous Persona games. If you're new to these kinds of games, I would advise you to play Persona 5. If you have enjoyed that, I would advise to you play either 3 or 4, and only if you have enjoyed them both, only then I will tell you to play Metaphor. Only then. I know there are people who didn't like press turn system. Uh, you know, because fighting in Persona games is easier, noticeably easier. I think press turn system in Metaphor was a great decision. I'm really glad that they have included it in, but I think they didn't use it sometimes creatively enough. Some of the bosses felt kind of flat. They looked stylish, but they didn't. They weren't played stylish. But on the other hand, when you have something like press turn system on your hand, it is very easy to fuck up the balance. So yeah, um, maybe it is what it is. But if you want my lasting opinion about Metaphor Fantasio, just play Persona. Just play Persona, dude. Just play Persona games. I think they are better, and only if you like them, you can enjoy Metaphor for what it is. Um, but there is another kind of game that I want to talk about, and that is, of course, Yakuza Kiwami 2. And as I mentioned before, Yakuza Kiwami 2 is the game that I have attempted before, but now I have completed fully. And in previous games, when, my opinion about the game has, gotten warmer over the time, the human mind, it tends to remember the good things before the bad things, and in Kiwami 2 I still have that lingering taste of shit in my mouth because of the ending of the game. I detest it. I hate it. It was so bad. And this whole game reminds me what is annoying about Yakuza series. And what I mean is the main antagonist force in Yakuza Kiwami 2, well, Yakuza 2, essentially, is Gyomiju. It is a Korean mafia in Tokyo, Japan, or Osaka. It's not that important in Japan, and their shtick is their unending loyalty to their gang and you know pursuing glorious death. It is better to die than to live as a loser. That was their shtick in Kiwami 2. And then I remembered my experience with Yakuza 7. And then I have completed Yakuza 6. And then I have played Yakuza Gaiden, the man who erased his name. And I am telling you that developers completely forgot about that idea. It is a core idea, core narrative idea of Yakuza 2. And every time that Gomijul enters the scene in later games, it is like, nah, remember that Korean mafia that you have fucked up, Kiryu? Well, they're back now. And they want to do something nasty, but not necessarily with you, but they're fighting for control. And they scare you. And it is so stupid. It is so stupid, and not in charming way stupid, because Yakuza is a stupid series. There's a lot of stupid shit going on. But in this case, I think it is very much a missed opportunity to give depth to the world of the series. And Yakuza Kiwami 2 is the game that is full of that. It's full of that. People enjoy Kiwami 2 more than Yakuza 6 because of its fighting system. They say it is better, but I enjoyed fighting in Yakuza 6 more. How the fuck did that happen? I don't know, but it happened. It still happened. And for now, my lasting impression about Yakuza Kiwami 2 is that it is a completely unnecessary game if you want to tackle the series. It is the worst first game in the series. Well, maybe not the worst, but still, it's not great. And one of its antagonists, Ryuji Goda, they plaster him all over posters for this game, and many people remember him warmly as another dragon, as the supreme opponent to Kiryu. And to me, in this particular game, he fell so flat. It was so mishandled, especially his last fight with Kiryu. Oh my god. At the moment that it happened, he didn't have the motivation for it. I truly believe so. I mean, it was so out of character, and yeah, I disliked Kiwami 2, and I don't think I just can do anything about it. That is it. Um, so I don't want to talk too much about the game. Let me talk about the other one, and the next one is the game that is very near and dear to my heart. This is the game that I have immensely enjoyed, and it is one of the games that have a lasting impression of me on me, and that is of course Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. I love this game. I fucking love it. This is a very stylish game. It is a very beautiful game. Gameplay wise, yeah, it is outdated, sure, but I have enjoyed it for what it was. There were some stinkers, of course, but it came with the time, I think. And I believe that when I will tackle Shin Megami Tensei 5, um, I would be a happy man. Even though not everybody likes SMT5, but I think I will. To an extent, at least. This game is a masterpiece. For me, especially. And its community is also amazing. I always liked the SMT community more than a Persona, of course, because Persona community is full of weebs, and SMT community is a little bit more refined. At least they want to be. They're snobbish, and they are not afraid of tackling difficult obstacles in terms of gameplay, tackling difficult bosses, difficult game mechanics to grind. This is more gamerish kind of community than Persona community. But Persona series is alright. I harbor no ill will towards it. But SMT is great, and there is a lot of fabulous fan art to the game, and it is a joy. It is a joy. The next game on the list is Yakuza 6, and Yakuza 6 is a good game. It is not a good game in traditional Yakuza sense, because a traditional Yakuza experience tells us that the side content is the main content, and the main content is the side content. But no, this game, its side content sucks in most cases. It just falls flat. I mean, some ideas were there, but still, only the side stories. I enjoyed side stories, especially in the town of Onomichi. They were so good. The vibe of the game is amazing. I enjoy it so much, and I'm as much as I love Yakuza 6, I I detest the corporate environment that we're living in, because either people on Sega or in RGG Studios, they know that they can milk Kiryu as much as they want, and they just didn't let him to go into the sunset in this game. And it is so sad, because Yakuza 6 could have been a perfect ending for him. It could have been a most glorious opportunity to give all the spotlight to new and promising Ichiban, who is an amazing character. He really doesn't get the attention that he deserves. I think so, at least. But in Yakuza 6, there is often, in many cases, the topic of Kiryu aging of him becoming an old guy. It often comes, and in later games they just forget about it is kind of sad. I mean, even on his model, in Yakuza 6, he starts to get his wrinkles even on his neck. And maybe the memory isn't perfect on this topic right now, but I kind of felt like he started having some gray hairs. But in Yakuza Gaiden, he doesn't have any of that. What a shame. What a shame. And Yakuza 6 is the game that has soul, and too bad that Yakuza series went into the soulless direction. Touche. That's very shameful. Very shameful. Anyway, the next game is Yakuza Gaiden. Uh, I've just mentioned it, and it is a reverse Yakuza 6. Its side content is amazing. Most of it, at least, is very good. It is the only game in these three games, in Kiwami 2, 6, and Gaiden, that had a decent clan creator minigame. Because it was melded with a Colosseum. And from what I've seen, or from what I've played, it is a well managed effort. I think the main story is shit. Um, it relies heavily on these cameos of popular Japanese, celebrities, as they have given their faces to the characters in the game. But when one of the characters tells about his backstory, I couldn't even care less. And even Kiryu didn't care about that. And there are other characters, like Nishitani the Third, if you have played Yakuza 0, you might know original Nishitani. And this is a pale, glamorous, kind of K-pop-ish version of the original one, and it doesn't have that kind of punch. I think the lack of screen time to the original Nishitani gave him a lot more oomph in that regard. It made a more lasting impression. But in this game, nah, he was just annoying character. Most of the characters I didn't like, and the way that they have tackled basically Yakuza 7 story from the perspective of Kiryu, eh, 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 it's not great. It's not great. But the ending was very charming. I still remember that, and I will not forget about that. That they have pulled a very nasty trick of putting a cigarette advertisement into the ending of this game, into the narrative driven game. That is a very nasty move, RGG Studios and Sega. But other things about the ending were good. The gameplay was good. The fighting was very good. The best one in the series, I believe. And there was these. I forgot how it's called. Kart racing. I wanted to tell. Uh, Pocket Circuit. Pocket Circuit racing, and I think it is especially was an missed it was a missed opportunity, because yeah, we're coming back again. We're coming back. There is barely any innovation in this minigame. There's new stat that only comes up in one race, I believe. Um, there is a void of narrative in this game, or in this mini game, because even in Pocket Circuit from Kiwami 1, they had their own story on top of the mini game, of getting all of these kids back together as they have grown older. But here it is especially stupid, especially concerning the alternate Pocket Circuit Fighter and the end. It just kind of didn't make sense, because it was like they were winking at the audience that this is the original Pocket Circuit Fighter, but they also were saying that he's not, and it was a mess. It was just a mess. I can't believe I'm talking so much about Pocket Circuit, but still, some of the other side content was good. The sub stories were alright. Some of them were good. Some of them were kind of decent. But still, I think this is the game that was underestimated by many fans. And the last game that I have completed is, of course, We Love Katamari. And I love it immensely. It is such a good game. I even had a slim kind of desire to upload it on my PC yet again and to complete these missions that I haven't yet completed. There are reruns on top of reruns, and to get better scores even at the missions that I have done. I love the music in this series. I love how it looks. I love the soul of this game, the main theme of the game of love, and everything else. I just love it. This is such a charming game, and it kind of, my mind goes over to the topic of of a new Katamari game, the last one, Once Upon a Katamari, I believe it is called, and I kind of don't know. It sure is costly. Let me put it this way. It is a very costly game, and I'm not sure because in the original run of the series, there were Katamari Damacy and What's Up or We Love Katamari, two games, and then they have started doing another games on PS3 or on PSP, uh, at Namco using their side teams, and these weren't as inspired. These games weren't as inspired. They weren't done by the same team, and they were just a copy pasted first two games. And I'm not sure that this time they have given the reins to the original developers. A lot of time has passed after all, 20 years. 20 years. And I don't know. Maybe sometime, but this particular game, well, Katamari Damacy to an extent too, the first one, but the second one, oh my god, it is beautiful. It is a beautiful experience, and I really want to emphasize for anyone that if you wish something easygoing to play with your girlfriend or your kid, or even alone, you wish to try something else completely, this is the game. This is the game that deserves your attention. And it is so simple, it is so it is so not complex that I believe anyone can play it. So yeah, this is my opinion on the games that I have completed, and that is a lot of games. That is a really big number of games, and I I feel kind of proud of all of that journey. Uh, just in a year alone, you can watch this channel. I have played and completed many games, and most of these games I have really enjoyed, and I don't think I wasted my time with them. I think that these games will be remembered. Well, not all of them, of course. You know, something like Space Marine 1 will most likely be forgotten because of how generic it is. But many of the other games, perfection. The best games, of course, I want to mention is Yakuza 6, Will of Katamari, SMT3 Nocturne, and Songs of Conquest. Yeah, these are the big four. Um, of course, I liked Final Fantasy X. I have very much enjoyed Yakuza Like a Dragon, StarCraft 1. These are an amazing games. But the previous games that I have mentioned have they have a lasting impression on me. So that is about it. I'm very happy that I was given an opportunity to talk about that stuff. I hope that I will be given another opportunity to talk about yet another stuff. But so far is so good. And until next time, I think. See ya.